Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Corpse Party Book of Shadows. Now, in the last episode, we began our trek back into Heavenly Host. And this time, Naomi, Satoshi, are beginning to experience very intense moments of deja vu, to the point where they are beginning to recall events that they should have no memory of from another timeline. Pretty much confirming once and for all that currently everybody is caught in some kind of time loop. And if that wasn't strange enough, there are a few differences in the environment within the halls of Heavenly Host that weren't present in the original timeline, as we've seen in Corpse Party Blood Covered, like piano wire being stretched across one hall. Or a message warning about a friend being a traitor on a chalkboard in a classroom. These few minor differences aside, though, everything is pretty much playing out exactly as it has in the original timeline in Blood Covered, much to Naomi's continually growing horror. And so we're hoping to find a way to get to Seiko before she hangs herself. And if that wasn't bad enough, it would seem as though I also have to contend with darkening, as a little stats indicator in the pause menu has been pretty much showing me. And so far from what I've been able to gather, it would seem as though going through certain locations where very unpleasant sights or sounds or sensations are present seem to influence the darkening gauge and increase it bit by bit. That's what I've currently been able to piece together so far based on my own observations. I'm still making sure that I'm right here, of course, and just keeping a close eye on the gauge as I'm doing stuff here, just to basically keep a checklist of things here that seem to affect the gauge, just to confirm or disprove my theory. But whatever the cause is exactly, I have very little reason to doubt that at least part of it involves my environment. So I'm trying my best to be mindful of where I go, especially if I have to backtrack to certain areas again for any reason. And hopefully my efforts to keep track of all this stuff will pay off as I continue exploring the halls, looking for a way to get to Seiko again. So, I think I'm just going to go ahead and get things started. Now let's continue exploring these halls. Yep, this little red haze in Naomi's vision is still here. Fantastique. Let's see what's down this hall. Yeah, I don't think just wandering around in any random location so far is really influencing the darkening gauge in any way. I really am starting to think it has something to do with certain things in the environment, or certain events occurring. But like I just said, my assessment of the darkening gauge and how it works is still very much a work in progress. So just bear that in mind as I ramble on about my theories about it. Nothing. Here's the stairs. Are these blocked off, I wonder? No, it doesn't appear that way. That looks like a footprint, I think. This thing right here? Actually, no. I think that's just spiral patterns in the wood. Now I'm getting flashbacks to Uzumaki. Nothing here either. Reference room is right here. Hello, who is that? The door to the reference room is frozen in place, as if it's just a decoration on the wall. It can't be opened. Actually, it could be a corpse. Will examining corpses affect the darkening gauge? I don't see anything else I can look at besides that. Alright, let's see. It's a decomposing corpse. The smell is ghastly. Judging by height and uniform, this was probably once a male senior high student. His school name tag seems to have survived intact, prominently displayed on his now damp and discolored blazer. Yep! Looking at corpses brings up the darkening level. Matsukaze Prefectural High School. Kazuhiro Murofushi. Just gonna save right here, real quick here, and see if examining it again, real quick. Just. Yep. I'm just gonna save scum here for this one occasion, because this was just merely an experiment, nothing more. This first attempt doesn't count. Every other little experiment I do from this point onward, I'm gonna make sure I live with the consequences, or die with the consequences, because dying is very possible. Wait a minute, I wonder. Inventory. Okay, so I don't have anything in my inventory. Are name tags something I need to worry about in general with this? Because that would suck, because then if I had to worry about name tags, I would basically have to intentionally bring more darkening upon myself just to make sure I make sure I basically satisfy my completionist leanings here. Be kind of a necessary evil in a sense. 25. So let's go down this hall. know, maybe a series I should consider doing at one point is Danganronpa. Either that or Ace Attorney. I know Ace Attorney is getting a PC port in the near future, at least the first 3 games. Still, I imagine it'd be fun at the very least to do a Let's Play of Danganronpa. But when I would do something like that, I have no idea. It's certainly an idea nonetheless. Anyway, it's more piano wire.
部屋の中央に切断線が走っていた。でもここにはただ1本のみ張られているだけ。くぐれば奥に進めるみたい。
There was yet another piece of piano wire in this room, seemingly razor sharp like the others. But only one. I could avoid it easily with some care. Okay, so just coming across random hazards in and of itself does not increase darkening, it seems. At least with this thing. Looks like this is the only thing I can examine.
何これ?
What is this thing?
教室の隅にレバーのついた古い装置が置いてある。
In the corner of the room sat an antiquated mechanical device with a lever attached to it.
糸巻きのような大小の輪がついていて、そこからピンと張られた透明な線が教室の天井の隅に張られているように見える。
It prominently featured 2 wheels with spools of translucent wire coiled around them and projected out toward the ceiling in a perfect, tight line.
これがもしかして外の罠の装置?
Could this be the source of the booby trap? Pull the lever? Well, this could very well also be something here that would just kill me. So I will just save right here. Let's pull it.
大きなレバー。
Quick saved
動
again.
くかな?
It's a pretty big lever. I wonder if it'll even move.
古びたレバーは錆びついていて簡単に動いてくれない。少しガチャガチャ遊びがあるからきっと動く構造だとは思うんだけれど。
The machine was old and the lever was rusted, so it wasn't going to give without a fight. I could rattle it a little though, so I figured I had a chance. Come on, put your back into it. You can do it. I did it!
あれ?
Huh?
なくなってる。
It's gone.
さっきここに光る線あったよね。
Piano wire. It's gone. Well, did you pay attention to where it went? Pull the lever? Why not? Let's pull it again. The telltale glint of the piano wire became visible once more. Okay, so it gives me the option to put it back. Now, what I'm thinking is, since it gives me the option to pull it back, is there piano wire in a place I've already been to, and if I'm not careful and I just charge right on through without taking my time and pacing myself, will I just end up slicing myself to ribbons? In fact, I'll do just that just to be sure that I don't accidentally do just that. Let's go down here. Nothing in here.
なんだろう、あの光。
What's that light?
電気も消えて暗闇になっている通路奥の教室の中で、小さな丸い光がついたり消えたりを繰り返している。
There weren't any lights on, and the whole school was bathed in darkness. Yet in this lone room, a small circle of light just kept blinking on and off.
私がじっとその光を見つめると光り、目を離すと消えるような気もする。気のせいかな。
It seemed almost as if it would turn on whenever I looked at it, and turn off whenever I looked away. Or maybe that was just my imagination.
誰かがこっちを見て反応してるのかもしれない。
But it seemed possible that someone could be trying to get my attention.
誰かいるの？
Is anybody in here?
返事はない。
No response.
だんだん気味が悪くなってきた。無言でじっと見つめられているような気持ちが膨らんでくる。
I began to get more and more creeped out with every passing second. Did that bring your darkening up? At first I thought maybe somebody was watching me, but now I was almost certain of it. As I got closer to the source of the light, the blinking stopped. The light was now fully on. Well, look at that. It is a flashlight. Also known as a torch. Listen to your teacher. You're going to die now. I don't think Miss Yui ever gave us a lesson plan like that. There are 3 lines of deep scratches in the teacher's podium, all seemingly made by fingernails. What could have happened here? The shelves are littered with dead lice. If one were to rest an arm on one of these shelves, there's no telling how many might come along for the ride. Disgusting. Where's the maintenance worker when you need him? So, let me save right here. There's a bleached white skeleton sprawled out here. Judging by hiding uniform, appears to be remains of a male junior high student. Yep, that brought my darkening up too. Looking closely, there's a faded school name tag attached to his blazer. Shobu University Middle School. Masashi Kawasaki. Were you here and blood-covered?
懐中電灯。スイッチ入りっぱなしになってる。
A flashlight. And it's on.
さっきの明滅は何だったのだろう。近づくと止まったのが余計に不気味さを煽る。
I wondered if this was the source of the blinking light. It did turn steady when I got near the thing, but that just left me more questions. Those very good questions indeed. Gut instinct's telling me that a flashlight that just steadies its beam as you get closer to it most likely means that something supernatural is either hovering around that thing or inside it. So if I were to take this thing, it might result in me getting killed or something bad happening later on. But it's also probably possible that that we're both probably thinking into this too much and it's just a regular flashlight. But on the other hand, it might actually be better if I just leave it. Why not? I'll take it.
きっと電池があまり残っていなくてチカチカしていたんだ。
Maybe it was just low on batteries and that's why it kept going on and on.
私は自分にそう説明してそっと目の前の懐中電灯を手にした。
That's what I told myself as I picked up the discarded flashlight.
特に変わった様子はない。普通の懐中電灯。でも本当に電池はあまり残ってなさそうだ。
Nothing seemed particularly odd about it. It was just your regular run-of-the-mill flashlight. And it really did seem to be low on batteries.
残量に気をつけて使わなきゃ。なるべく消しておこう。
I'd have to make sure to use it sparingly, so as not to waste what little energy it had left. Not even gonna get like a little description box or something? So... I don't know. I'm still kind of wary about this thing. It could still very well have a spirit hanging around that thing for all we know. Also, I just now noticed, but I think the little searching, loading animation thing, right in the little searching banner thing whenever search mode begins, looks a little like a pentagram. Like...
その部屋に入った時、私はまず違和感を感じた。
There's that creepy drawing again. Seriously, that mouth, though. As soon as I entered the room, I had a bad feeling about it.
耳が痛くなるほどにしんとした教室。
The
何の
silence,
音も聞こえない。
the
こ
silence
こだ
was
けなんだか空気が違う。
the silence was almost deafening. There wasn't a single sound to be heard. This room, and this room alone, felt very different from any other. It's full of dirty tissues. It kind of turns the stomach. Best not to look any closer. Best to just walk away. Yeah, I agree. Class log. I ate a student today. That is a crime. I just want to let you know that. Eating people is generally considered a crime in most civilized parts of the world. Well, not every civilized. Pretty much every civilized part of the world. I was hungry, so I had to. Plus, we played rock, paper, scissors, and I lost. I thought I'd lose to an adult, but I didn't. Loser. There are two skeletal remains here. Both of them most likely whitened at this point. They seem to have died huddled up against one another. Both are female and look to be around junior or senior high school age. There's a school name tag attached to the remains of this one's uniform. Karasuyama High School, Sato Yuzuki. I think we can definitely confirm for sure at this point that examining corpses brings up the darkening level.
子供の描いた元気な絵。
I'm sure this is going to bring it up
クレヨ
somehow
ンで描
too.
かれているみたい。口を大きく開けてスイカを食べているのかな。
It's a child's crayon drawing. Very vibrant and colorful. The subject's mouth is open and she seems to be eating a watermelon, perhaps? Where is the watermelon? I don't see a watermelon. Do you guys see a watermelon? I certainly don't. Naomi, you should probably go see an eye doctor. Or maybe you're just hungry. If it's the latter, if it's that, then somebody get this poor girl a watermelon. If If nothing extraordinary or noteworthy happens, maybe that's what I'll title this episode. Neo guides a watermelon seeing Naomi throughout the halls of heavenly hosts, or something like that. There's a large hole in the floor, too big to jump across. Getting to the other side won't be possible from here. It doesn't say anything different. Okay, so I guess maybe I should try going back down this hall, see if it's open. But I'm going to just go one block at a time, just in case my prediction is right and there is some razor wire lying around and wait somewhere that I want to avoid tripping, if at all possible. Looks like somebody's in need of help.
No.
What? Who? Oh boy.
3年 A 組の中島さん。3年 A 組の中島さん。
Alright.
大至急
Alright.
クラスへ戻ってください。
Alright, who put the kid on the intercom? Who? Me?
次はあなたです。
You're
何よ
next.
それ
What the hell's that mean? Yeah, no. I kinda don't want to listen to you. Smudgy blood red lettering reads, getting close to... Oh wait, I already read this. Nothing. Nothing here either. Alright, let's see if my little razor wire problem is done and over with. Yep, it is. There's a large hole in the floor. What happened to my bridge? I thought there was a bridge here. Some sort of mechanism lever attached to it. This is probably going to kill me, but why the hell not? Phew.
変な装置。床板が伸びたけど、消えていた光る線が元に戻ってる。
What a strange contraption. Pulling the lever made a retractable floorboard extend outward over the hull. But it's also restrung all the piano
触れな
wire.
いように気をつけないと。
I had to be careful not to touch any of it. If I had even slightly brushed up against a single strand. So wait, that means... Yeah, I can't go back then. Unless I mess with this thing again. Okay, so I can mess with it. Alright, let's continue onward.
ここにもまた光る線。
Another one. Why is there a single wire right here? Oh, wait. I think I might see what this is gonna lead to. Let me guess. If I make a wrong choice, some asshole is going to push me from the top of the stairs, and then I will go flying into that wire and basically get sliced in half or beheaded or something of that sort. Is that what this whole thing is setting up for?
階段出口に切断線だなんて。ひどい。
Right at the base of the staircase, no less. A sadistic place to put it. It should be possible to use the stairs, but that piano wire is razor sharp. Best to go slow and take care not to forget about it later on. Yeah, no kidding. I think this is a music track from Blood Cupboard, yes? There's an ominously glinting piece of razor-sharp piano wire tautly strung across the foot of the stairwell, roughly at neck height. Beheading then. Okay, let's go forward. And here are the lavatories. There are bleached white skeletal remains here. Based on their build, it seems likely that this was a female middle school or high school student. Her school ID name tag is lying on the ground nearby. Matsukaze Prefectural High School, Rei Kurosawa. I'm getting close to 40%. At least Seiko has some very distant company to keep her company. The boys' room is completely boarded up. It won't be possible to get inside. So this is the shit I had to use a nail puller on in order to open? Unsightly. It's completely boarded up, and the boards aren't budging. There's no way to get inside. I recognize you. Still minding your own business, containing... I'm assuming maggots still? It's an old rusty bucket full of maggots. Yep. You and your disgusting contents. Have you no shame, Mr. Bucket? Best to keep your distance. Wait. Okay, luckily the bucket of maggots does not seem to increase darkening. So, yeah, that bloody mess in that one hall and corpses, those for sure seem to increase darkening. So examining corpses in general can increase darkening. And some of the events that occurred also increased darkening. So, some of things, I guess, are unavoidable when it comes to what can influence darkening, while others, like examining corpses, are entirely avoidable. Probably. There might be probably one instance later on or two where I have to examine some corpses in order to find a key item or something. I wouldn't put it past the game here to force me to play a guessing game here with corpses in order to progress forward. Shaky, faded lettering could just barely be made out on the old flyer. Put it out of your mind. Don't worry. Eat. Laugh. Go nuts. Let the darkness in. You've been playing too much Kingdom Hearts, author of this letter. Nobody wants to let the darkness in. As cool as it may sometimes be. Suddenly, I felt a sickness in the pit of my stomach. It was almost unbearable. I felt like I was forgetting something absolutely crucial. Something I was consciously trying to forget, but absolutely had to remember, no matter what. Wow, after all this time, it's now finally registering with me. These toilets look like the sort of things that you have to squat over in order to use. Then again, considering the age that this original building was originally constructed in, this is probably most likely during the time period where porcelain toilets weren't exactly the norm in many parts around the world. So, that probably is why. Was there really nothing else in there? I want to double check real quick. Just that letter. So I guess I just gotta backtrack down to the second floor. There's nothing up here. There's gotta be something I'm probably missing. Is there a dark room or something somewhere that I might have passed by? The board should be sturdy enough to get you across to the other side, where some sort of mechanism with a conspicuous lever awaits. I'm viewing this hall from the other side. Yeah, let's cross over and pull it.
やっぱりだ。この装置はレバーを左右に入れるごとに光る線か穴の床板かどちらかが設置されるんだ。なんて意地悪な仕掛け。
Just as I thought, the device controlled both the floorboard and the wire trap. It was both, or it was neither. How cruel to make a person choose. Well, cruelty is clearly the objective they're going for, so... For what it's worth, it's well designed in that respect. Huh? What the? What's going on with my thing? Oh. That's why I was accidentally pressing the analog stick. Second, I thought it was like a weird possession thing going on. Now, I'm at 39%. So can I just go down here and just zoom right past that one corpse? So it would seem. That's good to know, I guess. Where do I go from here, though? Hmm?
3年 A 組の中島さん。3年 A 組の中島さん。大至急、クラスへ戻ってください。
私は如月
I'm
学
from
園の
Kisaragi Academy, grade 2-9.
やめてよ、私じゃないよ。
Just stop it, please. You've got the wrong person. I think the red haze has just gotten a bit thicker. Classroom A, it said, yes. Do I really want to go? Question is, which A are we talking about? This one? Yeah, the red haze is moving slightly now. I don't think I want to examine that, so... Let's go in there. What about down this hallway? Nothing new in here.
"その教室に入るとき、違和感を感じた私。耳痛くて、教室 音聞こえてるけど何？聞こえるって気がする。
I felt a bad feeling as I entered the room. It was so quiet that my ears hurt. From the no noise that I heard anywhere around me, strange feeling in here. Are you okay, Naomi? Your speech is getting a little wonky. I'm so scared. I hate dark places. Oh, this is, it hurts. Just die. I'll kill you. Anger, curse, no hope of rescue. Spill your blood. Is this the effects of darkening? What I'm seeing right now? It's like a pomegranate. Yeah, examining this was a bad idea. It raised my darkening a bit. It's like a pomegranate. Do I really want to take a closer look? Why not?
蛍光塗料で上から落書きされているのか。気持ち悪いな。
Fluorescent paint? Gives me the creeps. Is that what I'm looking at? Fluorescent paint? Honestly, though, the red haze that I'm seeing as a result of the darkening here is just making the whole place just look even creepier. It's full of... okay. Is there anything? Wait. No. No, wait, I think that was a mistake to read this one. No, never mind. It didn't raise anything. That's good. I don't see anything in here. Besides, well, this shit. Okay, so all I have in my inventory is just this flashlight that I can only use sparingly. I've searched pretty much everywhere I can go right now, and the only thing that's different is this one classroom. Unless maybe I should try retracing my steps in some of these rooms? I'm gonna go back up the 3rd floor. Maybe there is something different there now. Besides maybe messing around with the piano wire mechanism some more, I'm honestly not sure what to do here. Hopefully this will lead me to something.
3年 A 組の中島さん。3年 A 組の中島さん。大至急クラスへ戻ってください。うるさい。
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Huh?
一人でに
It just opened on its own.
いらっしゃいませ。
Do I want to? What?
いらっしゃいませ。
Come on in.
いらっしゃいませ。
何かの力に体を絡め取られて無理やり教室の中に引きずり込まれた。真っ暗で何も見えない。
Some unknown force lifted me off my feet and pulled me into the classroom. It was so dark in there that I couldn't even see my hand in front of my face. Good thing I picked up that flashlight
よ
then.
く来たね。
I'm glad you've come. Who are you, creepy guy?
さあ、検査を始めるよ。上着を脱いでください。
There's no time to lose. The examination is about to begin. Please remove your jacket. Excuse me, I didn't consent to this. I didn't sign anything before. I didn't sign a contract or a waiver or anything of the sort. I doubt that you even work at the firm that Naomi's family doctor works at.
いい子だ。さあ、ベッドに寝て。
That's a good girl. Now, lie down on the bed. Not sure what else to do. I pulled out the flashlight and pointed in the direction of the creepy voice. That? What the hell was that? Well, looks like I just saved myself, just in the nick of time. Now what? got 50% darkening. Is that really the objective here at the end? Just to let myself get completely possessed by the darkening? Oh. Good thing there's a backlog. There's a smashed up corpse again. The smell, the sight, and the mere thought of it was just too much. I couldn't pull back any longer. God, I really don't want to see this. I'm searching everywhere, and so far I'm not finding a thing. There's gotta be something somewhere.
いくら歩いても、聖子の駆け出していった方へ回り込む道は見つからない。
No matter how much I wandered, I just couldn't seem to figure out where Seiko had run off to.
いろんなものが私をいじめるし、もうやだ。もうやだ。
And I've been teased from the shadows and frightened the whole time I was searching. I couldn't take much more of it. I was losing my mind.
気がつくと、私は校舎の3階にいた。
When I came back to my senses, I found myself standing in the hallway on the 3rd floor of this school building. Oh, great. It's really starting to affect you now, isn't it?
だんだん自分すら信じられなくなってくる。先に待つ運命とかなんとか、本当なのかな？
I began to doubt myself. To doubt the fated events that lay ahead, or whatever these horrific future memories were. It couldn't actually happen, right?
私が勝手にそう思い込んでいるだけで、何の確証だってない。
I had no reason to doubt the things I'd been envisioning, of course. But I kept telling myself it was all just paranoia.
今までだって既視感については小さな頃からずっとあったし。
I'd experienced deja vu many times in my life, ever since I was a little girl. It didn't have to mean anything, even when it's as strong as, what you've been dealing with up until now. And as Satoshi has pretty much shown, you're not the only one dealing with
記憶の引き出しに詰まっている似たようなシチュエーションを神経が勝手につないでそう思い込んでいるだけという説も聞いた。
Someone once told me that deja vu was just the brain recognizing a similar situation from one's past and making a false connection, pulling the wrong file.
もうやだ。
This definitely sounds like something a neurologist would say. Please, no more. Seiko!
Seiko! ねえ、一人にしないで。
Seiko, please, don't leave me by myself.
何かに頭を支配されたように理性を失った私はその場に泣き崩れてしまった。
I'd basically lost all ability to reason, as if my mind had been taken over by some outside force. I broke down on the spot and began crying.
あの音は
What's that?
壁を蹴るような大きな音に引っ張られるように私は腰を上げた。
A loud sound caught my attention. It sounded like someone kicking a wall. I shot up from the ground as if I were yanked.
同時にこのシチュエーションの記憶の引き出しがゆっくりと開き始める。
Is it happening? Right now? The hanging? As I rose, my brain began recognizing a similar situation from my past. A file was being pulled.
やだ。
No.
トイレの中から聞こえてくるこの乱暴な音。そうだ、あの時も。
Sounds of a struggle, coming from inside the bathroom stall. It It's exactly the same.
しんと張り詰めた空気の女子トイレの中。
There was an eerie stillness in the air within the girls' lavatory.
人の気配は全くしないけれど、奥から3つ目の扉が今閉じたように見えた。
It didn't feel like there was anyone else in here with me, but I sensed a slight movement on the third floor stall door from the back, as if it were just closed.
私の心臓が跳ね回る。緊張して血が逆流しているような感覚になる。
My
こ
heart
の
was
扉
racing.
の向こうに。
I was so nervous. It felt like all the blood in my body begun flowing in reverse. Behind this door. The noose. Phew.
聖子、ど
Seiko,
こなの？
where are you?
だよ。
I miss you.
ロープを見て真っ暗な気持ちになる。
Just looking at the noose sent a wave of dark feelings through my mind.
やっぱり死の運命はすぐ目の前で口を開けて待っているんだ。
The specter of death was right in front of me, baring its fangs. Toss it down the toilet.
このままもし会えなかったら。
If I went too much longer without finding her.
背後でまた壁を蹴るような音がして驚いて振り返る。
That same dull thud echoed again from behind me. Startled, I turned back toward the stall.
誰もいない個室なのに何の音だろう。
No one was there. So what was I hearing?
壁？ここの壁に空気が流れ込んでる。
The wall. There's a breeze coming out from it.
手を軽く握った甲の方で
Have you found
壁のあた
the
りを
secret
ノックしてみ
passageway?
る。
I stepped inside and began lightly knocking on the back wall in several different spots.
ここ壁の後ろに空間がある。
It's hollow.
よく見ると周りの壁板が少し浮いている。
Looking closely, the wall did jut out very slightly right around that exact spot.
私は考えるより先に奥に空間のありそうなその壁をギュッと押していた。
Unconsciously, I pushed on it.
壁の一部がドアのように奥に向かって開く。
And a small piece of paneling swung out into the space beyond, like a door.
壁だとばかり思っていたから、まさか奥に空間があるとは思いもしなかった。
It was well hidden, to say the least. Never once would I have guessed there to be a hidden room behind this particular bathroom stall.
真っ暗。
It's really dark in here.
畳を縦に2枚並べたくらいの細長い空間がそこにはあった。
The room was extremely narrow, making it feel longer than it was. You could fit maybe 2 tatami mats on the ground there, end to end.
行き止まりの床には人が入れるくらいの穴が開いていて、下の階に降りられるはしごがかかっている。
A hole was cut into the floor in the back, outfitted with a ladder leading down into the main school building below.
下の階が見えない。ここを降りていくと2階や1階を越えて地下にまで到達してしまいそうだ。
I peered down the hole, but could see no sign of a floor, nor the end of the ladder. This thing could lead all the way to ground level, or even farther.
気圧か風のせいなのか、隠し扉が勝手に閉まっていた。
Whether due to pressure differentials or the breeze in the air, the secret door suddenly shut itself behind me.
さっきからの音はこれだったのか。
That must have been what I was hearing
この
earlier.
穴、場所が場所だけに ものすごい臭気が
So who was
立ち
using
込
a
めてい
door
る。
then? A wretched smell was wafting up from below. Hardly surprised given where I was.
この下に降りてもきっと想像を絶する場所に出るだけのような気もする。
I didn't want to imagine what unspeakable things might await me at the bottom of this ladder. A sea of shit? But if Seiko had gone this way... I shook off my misgivings and began descending.
汚物が溜まっている部屋に着くんじゃないのかな。自分に問いかけると戻りたくなって足が止まる。
I wondered if maybe this ladder ended in a garbage dump or something. I stopped in my tracks, seriously considering turning back.
でももう二度と来たくないし、それなら今確認してしまおうと。
But I didn't want to miss something and have to do this again later. So I figured I might as well tough it out and see what I might find down at the bottom.
考えを二転三転させながら、私はなるべく空気を吸わないように息を止めてはしごを降りた。
I was waffling between my desire to be thorough and my instinct to turn back. But I kept climbing down all the while, holding my breath as much as I could.
はしご濡れてるな。
Sure is wet.
靴が滑りやす。
I'm not careful. Look what you did. You just jinxed yourself, Naomi. If not careful, I might slip. Ew. What? Oh, so it's a rope ladder. No wonder the sound was a bit strange. Am I where I think I am?
よかった。汚物層じゃなくて。
I'm really glad it's not a garbage dump.
そこは泥の壁と土の床に囲まれた洞窟のような小部屋だった。
I seem to be in a cave-like room with muddy walls and a dirt floor. I'm in the underground bomb shelter, aren't I?
降りてきた穴から薄暗い光が少しだけ照らしてくれているけれど、ほとんど真っ暗に近い。
Looking up, I could see a very faint light coming from the hole I just climbed through. But the whole area was otherwise pitch black.
調べる意味あるかな、この部屋。何もなさそう。
There doesn't seem to be anything to find in here at all. I'm probably just wasting my time.
辺りを見回そうと立ち上がろうとした。けれど
While surveying my surroundings as best as I could, I attempted to stand up. But that didn't go very well. Ugh! Ow. What the hell?
足首がすごい熱を持って腫れていた。
My ankle had swollen pretty badly and felt like it was on fire.
聖子に手当てをしてもらった捻挫した方の足首で着地してしまい、また痛めてしまったのだ。
It was the same sprained ankle Seiko had tended earlier. Oh yeah, you sprained your ankle back in Chapter 1 of Blood Covered. I must have landed on it when I slipped from the ladder, aggravating it further.
嘘。冗談じゃないよ。
No. Why is this happening?
大丈夫な方の足で立ち上がり、捻挫した方の足をそっとつく。歩こうとして体重をかけると、
I made another attempt to get up, this time onto my good ankle. If I shifted my weight so the majority of it rested on that leg, maybe I could walk. Ow!
呆然とした。歩けない。
No such luck. I wasn't going anywhere.
こんな真っ暗な場所で、誰にも気づいてもらえないところで、はしごももう使えない。
I was stuck in this dark, dank cave where no one would ever find me, with a ladder I couldn't use. Now, don't panic, Naomi. I mean, maybe if you just give your ankle a chance to rest for a little bit, and then just try to walk after a little
足の
while.
しびれがだんだん解けて、じんじんと重い痛みが足首を覆い始めた。
The leg had begun going numb, and the pain from my ankle was almost unbearable.
やだよ。出るんだから。
No, I have to get out of here. I have to.
壁に体を預けながら、捻挫した方の足を浮かせて、もう一度片足で立ち上がる。
Leaning on the wall for support, I attempted to stand once more. This time holding my sprained ankle in the air as best I could.
はしごに両手をかけて上がろうとするけれど、最初の一歩が上がらない。
I placed both of my hands on the ladder, but it was no use. I couldn't even make the first step.
意を決して片足立ちのままジャンプする。
Mustering all my strength, I figured I'd give jumping a try, even if it was only with one leg.
濡れたはしごの一段目に足をかけようとしたんだけれど、
But as soon as the other came in contact with that bottom rung of that wet, slippery ladder, You are bad at this, Naomi.
全身の血の気が引いていく。これ、本当に無理だ。
I could feel myself turning pale. I was well and truly stuck.
冗談じゃない。私は必死になって何度もはしごを上がろうと、もがいては落ち、無様に地面に転がり続けた。
This was no joke. I was frantic. I tried climbing the ladder again and again, and just kept finding myself sprawled unceremoniously across the ground.
何度繰り返したかわからない。周囲の壁から出られる場所がないかも探した。
I couldn't even say how many times I challenged those damn rungs. I even searched the walls nearby for another way out.
でも、その希望のことごとくは打ち砕かれた。
But it was simply no use.
自然に目に涙がたまる。
Tears were welling up in my eyes uncontrollably.
ごめん、聖子。あなたを助けに行けない。
I'm so sorry, Seiko. I can't make it. I can't save you. 目の前に人の気配がした。And then, all of a sudden, I sensed a person in front of me. If it's a big person, then I'd be very
お
scared.
友達のところに行きたければ、負けないで、自分に。
Now I am terrified, since it sounds like a little girl. If you want to find your friend, you can't just give up.
よくここまで来たね。頑張ったね。
I'm impressed you made it this far. You've done well.
目の前に小さな女の子が立っていた。優しい声でゆっくり近づいてきた。
Hi, Sachi. How are you doing? It was a little girl. She was just there. And she spoke to me in a very comforting voice.
ぎゅっと私の頭を抱えるように抱きしめてくれた。
Then she hugged me tightly, as if trying to enshroud my head with her being. I do not trust this!
よしよし、大丈夫。合わせてあげるよ。言うことを聞く？
There, there. It'll be alright. I'll let you see her if you'd like. Will you listen to what I have to say? I wouldn't!
も 幽霊でも何でもいい。誰か、聖子を助けて。
I didn't care who. I didn't care if it was a person or a ghost. I just wanted somebody, anybody, to save Seiko.
いい子、いい子、
Good. Good girl.
いい子、いい子。
Good girl. That's a good girl.
大丈夫。辛い記憶は
Everything's going to be okay. Painful memories, you see,
その方が面白いから。
are the funniest of them all. Yeah, I knew it. I knew this was gonna end badly. Well, Naomi, you insensitive jerk.
ダメダメ。悪いのは私だよ。
No, I shouldn't say that about her. It was my fault.
ナオミ怖かったんだよね。辛かったんだよね。
Naomi was just scared. And after what she went through, I don't blame
い
her.
つもあんなに明るいのに。いつもあんなに優しいのに。
She's always been so cheery and so kind.
私のせいであんなに涙いっぱい溜めて。
I brought out all her pain, all her tears.
泣かしちゃダメな子なのに。笑顔が一番可愛い子なのに。
And that's the one thing a friend should never do. A smile suits her face best of all.
ごめんね。ごめんね、ナオミ。悲しませちゃってごめん。
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Naomi. I'm sorry for making you so sad. Somebody give this girl a hug, please.
私、
I
あなたがいないと頑張れないよ。
I feel so I feel so lost without you.
私も、聖子。
It's the same for me, Seiko.
聖子、ごめん。謝るから。謝るから。
Seiko, I'm sorry.
私とずっと一緒にいて。
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I just want us to be together forever. Naomi.
だけど、私と一緒にいらイライラさせちゃわない。
But when I'm with you, don't I make you mad?
ナオミの気持ち逆なでしちゃって、辛い思いさせない。
Don't I rub you the wrong way, make things unbearable for you?
あんなの嘘だよ。意地張って、すべて甘えちゃっただけ。
Of course you don't. That was just me being stubborn and pouting, behaving like a spoiled brat.
聖子が抱っこの腕で近寄ってくる。私は駆け寄って一も二もなく抱きしめた。
Seiko approached me with arms outstretched. She wanted to hug me, and I immediately obliged. Without the slightest hesitation. This whole thing just feels wrong. What is going on? Is this some kind of hallucination?
温かい生きている聖子。
After Sachiko appeared, I
Yawarakai.
mean, it's obvious something's
Ii kaori no
going
Seiko.
wrong here. This was Seiko. Warm and alive. Soft and smelling lovely as usual.
もう離さないから。
I'll never let you go again.
私も。
Me neither. You'd better not.
あっちにね、畳の敷いてある部屋があるんだ。ちょっと休憩できそうだよ。
There's a Japanese-style room over there, with tatami mats and everything. We should go sit down and try to calm our nerves a little.
じゃあ、そこで少し休もうか。
A break sounds nice. Let's go.
用務員室。あ、さっきここ扉が開かなかったとこだよね。
Wait. This is when you were being... Weren't you lured here? In blood covered? By somebody or something? Custodian's closet? This is one of those doors that wouldn't open, wasn't it? Isn't it?
そうだっけ。
Oh?
なんかね、
Huh.
さっき私気絶してたのかな。
Passed out earlier, I guess.
気がついたらこの中に寝かされていたの。
When I came to, I was lying down in this room. I was someplace underground, I think, with no way out. And then I saw a little girl, was it? For the life of me, I just couldn't remember clearly.
なんだろう、幽霊か何かが助けてくれてるのかな。
It's really odd. Maybe you have a guardian angel on your side. Or a ghost.
やめてよ。
If there's one thing I would describe Sachi, it's definitely not a guardian angel. Anything but. Come on, don't say that.
幽霊と言ったって優しい幽霊もいるってさっき言ってたじゃん、人玉が。
Well, remember what that spirit told us when we first got here? He said not all ghosts are bad. Not all bad, huh?
聖子は余裕で扉を開いて用務員室の中に入っていく。
Seiko calmly opened the door and stepped into the custodian's closet.
ここに飛ばされてきた当初、人玉を見て怯えきっていたことは思えない。
I could hardly believe this was the same person who got scared out of her mind at the first sight of a ghost only a few hours before.
なんか聖子、さっきまでよりも強くなってない？気持ちいい。
You seem a lot more fearless now than you were when we got here, Seiko. Or is that just me?
ナオミがいてくれるもの、なんか怖いものなんかないって感じ。
As long as you're around, Naomi, I feel like I've got nothing at all to be scared of.
もう気をつけてよ。
That's well and good, but just make sure you don't let your guard down, okay?
用務員室の中は明かりはつかなかったけど、常に校舎のきしみが反響して嫌な音を立て続けている外の通路よりは落ち着けた。
There weren't any working lights in the custodian's closet, but it definitely felt a lot safer in here than it did out in the creepy, creaky hallways.
私たちは畳に腰を下ろすと、しばらく無言で並んで座っていた。なんだか何を話せばいいのかわからなかったんだ。
The two of us plopped down next to one another on the tatami. For a long while, neither of us said a word. I guess we weren't sure what to talk about.
無事でよかったよ、聖子。
I'm so glad you're okay, Seiko.
ナオミも足首どう？まだ辛い？
You too, Naomi. How's the ankle? Still hurt?
さっきすごく痛くなったような気がするんだけど、今全然平気だよ。
I feel like it did really badly for a while there, but it's totally fine at the moment. Suspicious.
よかった。
Glad to hear it.
聖子、おまじないの切れ端は見つかった？
Did you manage to find your paper doll scrap?
ないの。どっかで落としたのかな。
No, it's
こ
still
の学校の
missing.
中じゃ探すの難しいかな。
Guess I must have dropped it somewhere else. And finding anything in this place is quite a feat.
困ったね。 じゃあ帰ったらさ、委員長に頼んで、もう一回おまじないみんなでやろうよ。
Yeah, it is. I'm sorry. But when we get back, we can always ask the class rep to perform the ritual again. Then we can get you a replacement.
そうだね。
That's true.
落ち着くと部屋を出るのが嫌になる。
You sure you...
校舎の探索に戻りたくない。
Even though you guys clearly have yet to understand the true nature of the charm at this point, I would kind of deduce here that I would have kind of deduced almost immediately after, well, not almost immediately after, sometime after the charm was performed and I wound up in this hellhole, that maybe that charm might have had something to do with it, and therefore I would ask in very strong words not to perform the charm again if ever given the opportunity. Just saying. Once we calmed down a bit, we reached the point where we simply didn't want to leave the room anymore. We had no desire to go back into those halls.
私たちはそのまま結構長い時間ここでおしゃべりを続けた。
So we didn't. We stayed right where we were for a really long time, just chatting endlessly with one another, casual as can be.
クラスのみんなのこと、文化祭のこと、
About class,
昨夜の
and
お
the
泊まり会の
festival,
こと。
and our sleepover the previous night. Ordinary, everyday conversation.
話しながら、私はふと聖子の視線が気になった。
But then I happened to look over and catch Seiko staring at me.
だよね、ほんと。
Yeah, totally.
聖子、どうしたの？
Seiko, is something wrong?
なんでもない。
Huh? No, it's nothing.
暗くてよく見えないけれど、聖子がなんか変。顔、赤い？
It was too dark to see Seiko's features in any great detail, but something seemed to miss. It was her face. Was she blushing?
ナオミ、
Naomi?
勇気出しって言うね。
This is hard for me to say,
あのね、
but, well,
うん。
what is it? Is this a confession?
真剣な表情になぜかこっちまで緊張する。何
She had an uncharacteristically serious expression on her face and seemed really nervous. Yeah, it's starting to look like it to me. We got the telltale signs here. What was it, Seiko? What were you trying to tell me?
やっぱいいや。
Never you mind. Heh. Chickening out,
何
are
それ
we?
気になるじゃん。言ってよ。
Oh, come on. Now my curiosity is killing me. Just spit it out already.
笑わない？
Promise you won't laugh.
うん。嫌なら笑わない。
Cross my heart, hope to fly, stick a finger in my eye. At least I think that's how it goes. If you don't want me to, then I won't.
私、本気なんだ。
Okay. Because I'm totally serious.
え？
Oh?
ドキッとした。ここで初めて。私はどこまで鈍感なのだろう。
My heart skipped a beat. This is the beginning. How could I have been so dense all this time? I don't know. As much as I like you, Naomi, you can be a wonder when it comes to skull density at times.
ここって何が起こるかわからないから、ちゃんと伝えておきたいの。
Since we have no idea what's going to happen to us in here, there's something I really need to tell you.
うん。
Okay?
聖子の視線がまた私の唇に注がれている。待って、これって。
Seiko's focus changed. Her gaze was now directed squarely at my lips. Wait, was this? Better pucker up.
あのね、
Will you,
キスして。
kiss me? Her entire mannerisms, her nervousness, the blushing, everything about this and what she's asking me. If this isn't definite proof here that she actually has a thing for Naomi, I don't know what is.
え？
Huh?
したいの。
I want to kiss you.
なんで？
Why?
好きだから。
Because I love you. There we have it! There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's right out there in the open.
友達としてでしょ？
As a friend, right?
聖子は黙って首をブンブンと横に振る。頭が真っ白になる。これって告白？
Seiko didn't say a word. She just shook her head fervently. I was dumbfounded. Was she confessing to me?
男子にもされたことないのに。
I hadn't even had a boy confess to me yet.
聖子は耐えきれないって様子でうつむいて黙ってしまった。
She hung her head low, staring down at her feet. My silence seemed almost like it was causing her physical pain. She looked like she might explode.
よく見えないけど、きっと顔を耳まで真っ赤にしてブルブルと震えていたと思う。
I couldn't see her face clearly, but I was certain she must have been quivering and blushing from ear to ear.
本気なの？
Are you serious?
結婚したいくらい。チューもしたい。ハグもしたい。
I'd marry you if I could. I want to kiss you and hug you too.
こんなに小さくて震えた聖子の声、初めて聞いた。
That was the first time I'd ever heard Seiko speak so softly, or with such a stammer in her voice. Now thinking back to what happened in Blood Covered, this whole thing is making me really sad, deep down.
私は気がつくと理由のわからない涙を流していた。
Before I knew it, I was crying. And I had no idea why. I...
聖子、
Seiko,
私。
I'm sorry. I... Oh. I think you were just shot down, Seiko.
私は一人で用務員室を飛び出してきてしまった。
I ran out of the room and just took off down the hall.
涙の理由は自分でも理解できなかった。怖かったような、
I still couldn't tell
嬉し
why
か
I
った
was
ような、
crying.
友達がいなくなったような。
It's like I was scared. Or maybe I was happy. Or maybe I just lost a friend.
落ち 子は友達だった聖子もいなくなったわけじゃない。
I needed to calm down. The Seiko I was friends with wasn't gone. She hadn't been lost.
恋に関してはどうあれありがとうって言うべきだし、
Regardless of whether or not I was able to return her feelings, I owed her at least a thank you.
聖子、私がこんな反応じゃ今きっと後悔してる。戻ってフォローしてあげよう。
Must have been pretty deep in regret by that point. I needed to get back to her. I needed to let her know that I would still stand by her.
突然すぐ近くで水のこぼれる音が聞こえてきた。
I was suddenly distracted by the sound of dripping water nearby.
蛇口を緩くひねったように、勢いはないけれど、でも止めどなく水が落ち続けて床に弾けている音。
It was as if someone had left a faucet on, but only just, and it was slowly spilling out onto the floor.
どこから聞こえてくるんだろう。辺りを見回したとき、私は
But where
ある
was
違和
it?
感を感じた。
It sounded close, yet there was no sign of running water anywhere that I could see. I had a bad feeling about this.
近い。
All I knew was it was close.
あまりに近い。
Like, really close.
嘘。私はふと足元を見て息を飲んだ。
No, it couldn't be. I looked down at my feet and I gasped.
私の太ももを伝え、黒い液体が床に溜まっていた。それはまだ止まらず、びちゃびちゃと流れ続けている。
An unpleasant looking black fluid was running down my thighs and pulling up on the floor beneath my feet. And it wasn't stopping. Menstrual blood?
やだ。何これ。やだ。
Ew! What the hell? What is this? Ugh!
慌てて指ですくってみた。血ではない。タールのような黒くサラサラした液体のようなもの。
I hesitantly collected a bit of it on my finger and studied it. Okay, never mind, it's not blood at all then. It wasn't blood. It was almost tar-like in consistency. Smooth and viscous.
よく見るとうっすら光っている。
And it
なんで
seemed
こ
to
ん
be
なの
faintly
が
glowing as well.
私の体から出てるの。
Why was something like this coming out of my body?
手についた黒い液体をスカートになすりつけ、腰を抜かしたように後ずさりした私は、足がもつれてそのまま床に尻餅をついた。
I went to wipe my finger on my skirt and shifted in place, only to lose my footing and fall backwards, landing hard on my rear.
頭を抱えてひたすら叫んだ。もうやだ、やめて。
I put my hands on the sides of my head, closed my eyes, and screamed. I'd reached my limit. I just wanted all this to be over.
ゆっと目をつむった真っ暗な視界に突然天地がひっくり返ったかのような感覚が重なる。
But try as I might to shut out the world was determined not to be ignored. It was like heaven and earth were moving all around me.
立ちくらみのような、めまいのような、まるで自分の精神が分離して
I felt dizzy.
体の重さを客観的に感じるみたいな感覚になる。
It was like my soul and my body were separating. I became acutely aware of my own mass and started obsessing over it. I was so heavy.
重い。体が重い。頭が重い。人の頭って5
My
キロ
head
とかある
in
んだっけ。
particular.
首が折れそう。背骨が痛い。
The human cranium weighs about 5 kilograms, and I could feel every last gram straining my neck and muscles. It was hurting my back.
何これ。
Happening! I'm losing consciousness. Can't open my eyes. Are you coming under darkening?
全身の血液が頭に上ってきている。どうして？
All the blood in my body came rushing up to my head. Why was this happening?
顔中に血管が浮き出て、目も充血してきてるのがわかる。
I could feel the blood vessels in my face pressing against my skin. I could see blood behind my eyelids.
痛い。
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts so much.
どんどん血が上がってきてる。止まらない。血管が、目が破裂しそう。頭が本当に割れる。
The blood just kept coming. It wouldn't stop. It felt as if my blood vessels, my eyes, my whole head could burst at any moment.
助けて。誰か。聖子。
Somebody, please, save me. Seiko!
気をつけて。あなたがこれから落ちるのは未来と過去の記憶の道。
Be careful. You're about to fall into the valley of past and future memories.
意識の朦朧とした私の耳に女の子の声が聞こえてきた。痛くて重くて目がまともに開けられない。
Just as my last vestiges of consciousness were fading, I heard a little girl's voice. But I was in pain. I was way down. I couldn't open my eyes.
お友達を助けたければ超えるのよ、運命を。
If you wish to save your friend, you'll need to overcome fate itself.
何を言ってるの？
What are you saying?
一層頭が重たくなって耳の後ろでミリって音がした。
The heaviness in my head grew at an alarming rate, and I heard a tearing sound behind my
太い
ears.
血管が裂けたような音。本当に死ぬんだと諦めかけた途端、ふっと頭痛とめまいが収まった。
It was the sound of a major blood vessel breaking wide open. I was certain I was going to die. But then the pain and dizziness simply vanished.
目の前がぼんやり光っているのを感じる。
I had the sensation of a faint shimmering before my eyes.
塞がっていた目は開くかな。
And I wondered if maybe I could open them now.
私はギュッと締めていたまぶたの力をゆっくりと緩めた。
Slowly and carefully, I relaxed the muscles that were so forcibly and fearfully holding my eyelids shut.
あれ、ここ。
Where am I? You're back at your house?
天神小学校じゃ
This isn't
ない。
Heavenly Host.
いつも見慣れた風景だった。今朝も聖子と一緒に出てきた私の家だ。
I knew exactly where I was. I'd seen this image a million times before. I'd seen it just this morning with Seiko. This was my house. Are you under some kind of vision?
帰って
Huh?
これたの？
Am I
それとも
really home?
全部夢？
Was it all a dream, maybe?
お母さん！ただいま！
Mom, I'm home.
おかしいな。なんだ
Something
か
wasn't right.
視線が低い。家の中のものすべてが大きく見える。
My field of
何これ？
vision was low to the ground, and everything around me looked much larger than it should. What was going on?
ナオミ、猫もらってきたぞ。
Naomi, guess what? I brought you a cat. Naoyuki? So is that your dad?
お父さん？
Dad?
い
Yep.
つも留守番して偉いな。ほら、可愛がってあげてくれよ。
You've always been so mature, watching the house all by yourself when we're away. Come on, pet it.
よかったわね、ナオミ。
Isn't she great, Naomi?
お母さん？
Mom,
この子がいれば、もうお留守番も寂しくないでしょ？
Now you have someone to keep you company.
お父さんもお母さんも仕事でいつも遅くなってごめんね。あなたがいい子で本当によかったわ。
Sorry we're always so late coming home from work, sweetie. It's so nice that we can trust you, though.
この猫がいれば寂しくないよな。ごめんな。
I am really sorry. But now you won't be lonely anymore, right?
やめて。
Stop this.
メイは家の庭を散歩したり戻ってきたり、半分放し飼いの猫だった。
May would spend half her time indoors and the other half in the backyard, as if she were out to pasture or something. Sounds like traffic.
テリトリーが狭くて、庭より外にはほとんど出ていかなかったみたいだけど。
It may not have been much land, but that was her territory, and she rarely ventured outside of it.
ある時、私は次の日も帰りが遅いというお母さんたちにぐずって、メイを抱えてちょっとだけ遠くに家出をしたことがあった。
Oh, is this back during an earlier part of your life? Once, I was so upset that my parents were going to be late coming home from work again that I scooped up May and ran away from home. For a little while.
パパもママも嫌い。
Papa, Mama, I hate you.
やめて。
Stop it.
姉ちゃんがいるから、パパ
Because you're
も
here,
ママ
May.
も帰ってきてくれないのかな。
Because you're here, Papa and Mama don't think they have to come home. I don't think that's what they think
姉ちゃ
at
んのせい。
all. It's your fault, you know. What are you going to do? To the cat.
あらあら、どうしたのナオミ。そんなに泣いちゃって。メイちゃんとどこ行ってたの？
Naomi, what's wrong? Why are you crying? Where did you and May run off to?
ごめんね、めいちゃん。別れるのやだ。
I'm sorry, May. I don't want us to be apart.
ナオミ、ひどいこと言っちゃった。めいちゃん、ごめんなさい。
I said a really mean thing to you, May. I'm so sorry.
何言ってるの。大丈夫。ずっと一緒にいてくれるよ。メイちゃん、あなたのこと大好きだもの。
Oh, no. It's all right, Naomi. May will always be there for you. She loves you, you know.
あなたの気持ちをちゃんと理解できる子だわ。優しい子ね。
She can sense exactly how you feel. And she's very understanding.
それからしばらくして、メイは家から急にいなくなった。
It wasn't long after that May ran away.
私は泣きながら毎日表を探し回ったけど、とうとう帰ってきてくれなかった。
I searched for her every day through teary eyes. But in the end, she never did come home.
残念だね。猫も気まぐれなところがあるからな。
It's such a pity. I guess even cats get strange ideas in their heads from time to time. Okay, so she never came home, so there's two possibilities that immediately come to my mind. She either got picked up, either by another person somewhere, or by pet control, or May got killed. Either way, it's sad.
違うの。
That wasn't it.
せっかくのお友達だったのにね。
And you two were such good friends, too.
私が悪いの。
I did this. Did what?
新しいお友達ができるよ。
But you'll make a
頑
new
張って
friend in no
忘れよう
time.
ね。
You just need to put this out of your mind and move
メイ
on.
ちゃんは優しいから私の前からいなくなったんだ。
It's because May was so understanding and kind-hearted that she disappeared from my life.
私があんなこと言わなければよかったんだ。
If only I hadn't said what I said to her. May, come back, please. May.
姉ちゃん、
May,
あなたは変わらないわね。
you never change, do you?
お母さん？
Mom?
お母さん、どこにいるの？
Mom? Where are you?
いない。
She's not here. Sounds like somebody's chopping something.
ナオミ？
Naomi?
セイコ？
Seiko?
セイコ、セイコ大丈夫？ 探して
Seiko?
たんだよ。さっきはごめん。
Seiko, are you alright? I've been looking all over for you. I'm so sorry about before. Looks like you're feeding somebody again, Seiko.
何の反応も返ってこなかった。だけど、私には分かった。この子は確かに聖子だ。
She didn't respond. But she didn't have to. This was definitely Seiko.
よく見えないよ。顔、もっと見せて。
I can't see you very well. Come a little closer, please. Let me see your face.
私は近寄り、床に座っている聖子の体に頭を乗せてギュッと抱きしめた。
I drew in towards Seiko, who was sitting on the ground, and rested my head on her shoulder. Then I wrapped my arms around her.
部屋が薄暗いせいで暗がりにいる聖子の顔が見えないんだと思った。
I still couldn't see her face. I thought it might be because of the dim lighting in the room.
でも、なんだろう、この違和感。
But
聖子がピクリとも動かない。それ
that
どころ
wasn't
か。
it. Something was very wrong here. Seiko wasn't moving an inch. And that's when I
冷
realized
たい。
her skin was cold.
し、
She's dead?
待って。私、
Wait,
どこにいるんだっけ？
where was I?
ここ、いえ、天神小学校。聖子の後を追っていたんだっけ？
Was I at home? Or was this heavenly host? Last thing I remembered was frantically trying to find her
なん
again.
だか遠くから汚染香の匂いがしてくる。意識が起こっている事象がつながっていない。
I could smell incense from somewhere far off, and I finally realized that this wasn't reality.
騎士駅です。
違う。
No,
違う。
no.
目の前で床に無言で座っているこれは聖子じゃない。この子、誰？
No. This person sitting perfectly still on the floor, not saying a word. This wasn't Seiko. So who was it? Well, whoever they are, they certainly aren't friendly.
ナオミ。
Naomi.
真っ暗闇の中、聖子の形をしていたものがゆっくりと近づいてくるのがわかる。
Within the unyielding darkness, I knew that whoever it was taking Seiko's shape was coming toward me. Please stop breathing in my ear. That's creepy.
いる。すぐ近くにいる。息遣いを感じる。人の気配だ。
She's here. She's right next to me. I can feel her breath. I can sense her presence.
誰なの？
Who are you?
お友達よ。 首折れているでしょ？
I'm your friend. With the broken neck, remember?
あなたが死なせてしまう未来よ。
This is the future, where you make me die. No!
どうしてさっき一人にしたの？せっかく会えたのに。
Why did you leave me by myself back there? After we finally managed to get back together, too.
この人、あなたを傷つけたって気に病んでこうなっちゃったの。
I was so worried that I'd hurt you. So worried. And that's why things turned out this way.
そんな。
No. Don't say that.
打ちひしがれる私の前に小さな女の子の足音が聞こえてきた。
As I lay there stricken with grief, I heard the footsteps of a child approach.
見上げると目の前に赤い服の女の子が立っていた。
I looked up and saw a little girl with a red dress stain over me.
どうしても助けたい？友達。
Do you want to save your friend? No matter what it takes.
あなたは何者なの？
No? What are you?
この世界の運命を滑る者。
I'm the one who controls the fate of this world.
何を言っているのかわからない。
I had no clue what she meant by that.
だけどさっきから私にアドバイスをくれようとしている。
But I remembered that she'd been giving me advice this whole time.
校舎の至るところにいる幽霊とは雰囲気が違う。この子、味方なのかな？
She had a different air about her than the other spirits around the school building. It felt like maybe she was on my side.
助けたいよ！お願い！方法があるなら教えて！
I want to save her. Please, if there's some way to do it, tell me how.
もう一度思い出すチャンスをあげる。よーく考えて。
I'll give you another chance to remember. Think hard.
今見たのは魂の通過する未来であり過去の出来事。
What you've just seen are events from your past, which is also the future through which your spirit now passes.
あなたはこの時間軸を通過するのは初めてではないの。感じていたでしょう。
In other words, this isn't the first time you've experienced this sequence of events. But you already knew that, didn't you?
そんなことありえない。普通は理解できない話だった。
This sort of thing doesn't happen. It should have sounded like complete nonsense to me. Well, given everything that you've been experiencing up in a supernatural school up until now, I don't really think that if you think about it, being caught in a time loop is really that big a stretch in the grand scheme of things.
でも、私は無言でうなずいた。
But I didn't say a word. I just nodded.
断片的だったけれど、圧倒的な存在感で、一度目のビジョンが見えていた。
They were only fragments, but nonetheless, I was seeing crystal clear visions of what I can only assume was my first time experiencing these events.
ずっと感じてた既視感は、私の脳が作り出した夢や妄想じゃなかったんだ。
That sense of deja vu I've been feeling wasn't just some crazy delusion or misidentified nerve impulse in my brain. It was real.
だったら、絶望のトリガーはもう見えているはず。
Then you've also already seen the trigger event, from which your despair originated.
抗ってみなさい。死の運命に。
So now you fight against this fated demise.
気がつくと、私は校舎の3階にいた。
When I came back to my senses, I found myself standing in the hallway on the third floor of the school building.
いつの間にここに来たのか、いつからここにいたのか。
When did I
私の
get
体の
here?
周りにはやはりまた黒い液体が水
How
た
long
まり
had
を
I
作っ
been
てい
here?
た。
I looked down, and sure enough, there were puddles of black all around me.
私の股から流れ出たものだ。
It was that viscous fluid that had been spilling out from inside
陰
me.
鬱な気持ちが広がっていく。けど今はそれどころじゃない。聖子、
A palpable manifestation of dread spreading out across the floor. But this was no time to sulk. I had to think about Seiko.
私はまたあの子を一人にしてしまったんだ。
I left her all by herself. Again.
まだ用務員室にいるかな。
I wonder if she's still in the custodian's room.
この音、
That sound.
トイレの中から聞こえてくる。
It was coming from inside the bathroom.
乱暴な音に緊張しながらそっとトイレの中を覗いてみた。
Oh no. There was a violent banging coming from one of the stalls. With a lump in my throat and a shiver down my spine, I slowly crept in to take a look.
しんと張り詰めた空気の女子トイレの中。
There was an eerie stillness in the air within the girls' lavatory.
人の気配は全くしないけれど、奥から3つ目の扉が今動いたような気がする。
It didn't feel like there was anyone else in there with me, but I sensed a slight movement on the third stall door from the back. I'm just gonna save here. Let's open
ず
it.
っと感じていた違和感。
This was the source of all the bad
私は
feelings and
この
uncomfortable
先の成り行きを
premonitions I'd been having.
未来の出来事を記憶している。
I knew what I was going to find. I remembered this future.
こうなる前に止めなきゃいけなかったあの未来。私の記憶に焼き付いているあのイメージは。
This was the future I absolutely had to prevent from coming to pass. The image of what waited for me in that stall was burned into my memory.
現実。
And it was now a reality. Oh no.
聖子！
Seiko!
聖子、生きてるのね。今助けるから。
Seiko, you're still alive? I'll save you!
うっすらと悪い未来が見える。ここで間違っちゃいけない。まだ助けられるかもしれない。
There it was again. A flash of the sad future that awaited us if I made even one wrong move here. But there was still time. I could still save her.
待ってて、今下ろしてあげる。
Hold on, I'll get you down.
何かないの？高い位置に体がある聖子を助けられるもの。何かない。
But how? Her noose was pretty high off the ground. I needed some way to get up. Excuse me. I needed some way to get up to the neck height in order to pull her down safely. Something to stand on? No, I'm not gonna use the bucket. Think of something else.
見える。ダメ。あのバケツ、穴が
I
開くわ。
remember now.
聖子の首を私が折ってしまう。
The bottom of that bucket is rusted through. I fall, and I wind up breaking Seiko's neck.
何か違う方法。まず首を守ってあげなきゃ。
There must be some other way. Some way to loosen the rope so she can breathe. Get under her and give her some leverage.
半ば意識を失いながら
Though only half
聖子は
conscious,
必死に
Seiko was
体をバタ
thrashing
バタさせ
about
て
wildly,
もがいている。
frantically squirming for air.
それは生にしがみつこうとする意識を超えた体の反射。
It seemed automatic, like a reflex. body's struggle for life when life was being denied it.
空をかく手足の動きに吊り下がった体はくるくる回りながら、聖子の命は懸命に生きたがっているんだ。
All I could see, as I watched her body writhing on that rope, was proof positive that she wanted to live. Don't just stand there staring, get under her!
絶対助けるから、今度こそ助けるから。
I'm going to save you, I swear!
大丈夫、未来が見えるんだもの。今度は運命が味方してくれているんだもの。
It was going to be alright. I could see the future. Fate was on my side for a change. Grab her body.
とにかく吊られている聖子の体を浮かせて首を楽にしてあげようとした。でも
I knew I had to lift Seiko's body into the air, loosening the pull on the rope so she could breathe. Unfortunately,
苦しくて暴れる聖子の足が
while writhing,
私の顎を蹴り飛ばした。
Seiko inadvertently kicked me square in the
よろけた
jaw.
私は床に尻餅をついてしまった。
The force of the blow caused me to stumble and fall backwards. Come on, try again.
聖子！
Seiko!
苦しいんだ。急がなきゃ。
She's really suffering. I have to hurry. Oh no. Seiko! Oh no.
聖子の首が変な風に曲がっていた。全身の力が抜け、だらりとした手足がつられた
Seiko's
体
neck
と
was
一緒に
twisted
ゆらゆら
unnaturally.
と回転している。
Her arms and legs hung limply and swayed with the leftover momentum of a struggle that would plague her no more.
嘘でしょ。やだ、聖子！
God, no! No! Seiko!
間に合わなかった。心で否定
I
して
didn't
も
make it in time.
頭の中では分かっていた。これは
Maybe I
もともと
couldn't.
たどり着く予定だった。定められた運命。
Maybe this was all predestined to happen. An inescapable fate. I didn't want to accept it. But here it
だけど
was.
変えることはできたはずなのに。
Still, I should have been able to change it.
私の中で
Fear, despair, and anger were all swirling
怒
around
りのよう
inside
な
my
感情が
head.
渦巻いて止まらない。
I couldn't do a thing to quell them.
分かってたのに。分かってたのに。
I knew this was going to happen. I knew it!
止められなかった。
But I couldn't stop it.
ってこと。私はまた同じことを繰り返してしまったの
What
か。
the hell was wrong with me? I just went through the same motions as before. I made the exact same mistakes. And now, Seiko.
聖子、やだ。
Seiko.
一人に
No.
しないで。
Don't.
私を
Don't
置
leave
い
me
てい
alone
かない
here.
で。
Don't leave here without
冷
me.
たい静寂が私の体を包み込む。私以外の命の消滅。一人っきりという絶望。
A cold silence surrounded me. I was the only living being left. This was the ultimate despair. The hopelessness of being completely alone.
どんなに叫んでも
And no matter how
Seiko
much I screamed,
返事を
Seiko
して
would
くれ
never
なか
speak
っ
to
た。
me again. Well, we got our first wrong end, ladies and gentlemen. Shit. Wrong end 2. Okay, so... how many wrong ends are in chapter 1? I think I'm going to just go ahead and cut the episode off here. We can try to save Seiko again in the next episode and see what will happen from there. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Corpse Party Book of Shadows. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I hope that I'll be successful in the next episode, and maybe give Destiny the ultimate fuck you that I can muster. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.